What's going on, guys? Welcome to VEVE Investments. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing the Disney Golden Moments series, and I'm going to be ranking them based off my own opinion on what's going to be most desirable to least desirable. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you guys haven't submitted your creation for this Sunday's Showroom Showdown, make sure to do so in the description below at VEVE Investments on Instagram. As for episode 14, sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, so first things first, I thought I'd rank the Golden Moments based off of their market cap, just to give you guys an idea of where each and every one of them are lying in the series, keeping in mind we are in the middle of a bear market, and then I'll rearrange them into my personal rankings based off of what I see is going to be the most valuable in the future, down to the least. Please keep in mind, guys, this is subjective. It's based off my opinion. I fully expect people to disagree with me on this, and if you do, feel free to drop a dislike on the video. Any engagement helps. So the largest market cap out of the Golden Moments series is, of course, going to be Walt and Mickey, coming in at 16.44 million. Next is going to be the fan favorite duo to Star Wars. We got R2-D2 and C-3PO. R2-D2 with a market cap of 5.25 million and C-3PO 3.82 million. In fourth, we're going to have Elsa. Elsa has a market cap of 3.5 million. Following Elsa, we're going to have Marvel's Iron Man with a market cap of 2.39 million. In sixth place, we're going to have Mickey's Sorcerer Hat with a market cap at 2.31 million. Next, we're going to have Homer and Bart at 2.1 million. Tied for eighth place, we're actually going to have Donald and Daisy and Lady and the Tramp. Donald and Daisy is going to have a market cap of 1.44 million, and same with Lady and the Tramp. Next is going to be the Avengers logo with a market cap of 1.27 million. Following the logo, we're going to have Bart's skateboard with a market cap of 1.22 million. In 11th place, we're going to have the robot with a gentle touch, Wally, with a market cap of 1.22 million. Next up is going to be Winnie the Pooh with a market cap of 1.1 million. Then we're going to have Pixar's Easter egg pizza truck with a market cap of 950,000. In 14th place, we're going to have the one and only Disney logo with a market cap of 870,000. We have Chip and Dale at 810,000. Followed up by another fan favorite duo, we got Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King with a market cap of 706,000. In 17th place, we got Flounder and Sebastian with a market cap of 525,000. Next, we're going to have Cogsworth and Luminaire with a market cap of 516,000. And last but not least, ending it off with Disney's finale Golden Moments drop, we're going to have the Aladdin lamp with a market cap of 450,000. Okay, so let's rearrange these now and let's put these into my personal rankings. What do I think is going to be the most valuable in the future, and what do I think is going to be the least valuable out of the series? So in first place, we're going to keep the same as the market cap rankings. It's going to be the one and only Walt and Mickey. This is going to be an obvious one. I don't really think there's much argument here. It's without a doubt the most significant piece within the series. So we're going to keep it the same for second and third as well. It's going to be Star Wars' fan favorite duo, R2-D2 and C-3PO. Out of the whole Golden Moments series, Star Wars is certainly going to be the biggest brand and largest IP within the series behind Walt and Mickey. In fourth place, guys, I put Elsa. The reason I did this is because she's going to be the only Disney princess in the Golden Moments series. She's also one of Disney's most popular characters, and she represents Disney's most successful movie series, that being Frozen. Frozen 1 being the second most successful Disney movie of all time, and Frozen 2 being the most successful Disney movie of all time. Moving on to fifth place, I actually put the Disney logo. Now, the reason I put the Disney logo actually in fifth place here, and I would argue to a certain extent that it could actually be higher, is because the three before it, R2-D2, C-3PO, and Elsa, I do believe out of the entire series are the three that could potentially surpass the Disney logo. And my thought behind that is just the notoriety that those characters have. But let's not forget that the Disney logo represents the brand itself behind the Disney Golden Moments, right? If it weren't for Disney, none of these Golden Moments on screen would be here. I don't need to sit here and talk about how big Disney is, but the piece itself is going to be molded after Walt Disney's handwriting. Historically speaking, logos do very, very well in the collecting world. And it's going to be the only other piece in the series, as well as on the entire app as of right now, in addition to Walt and Mickey, that's directly tied to Walt Disney himself. In sixth place, guys, I put Donald and Daisy. Now, this is one that I actually think has been completely undervalued. I mean, let's not forget, The most popular characters, or the most notable, should I say, behind Disney's brand is going to be Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. However, right behind those two is going to be Donald and Daisy. This is the first appearance of them on the blockchain, and out of the entire series, I think this is one of the pieces that are most undervalued, considering what it represents and the cool little backstory behind it. If you guys didn't check out episode 9, Fun Facts on VEVE, this piece was actually made by putting two of the physical Golden Moment statues together. Now, same as the Disney logo, the only reason I didn't put this higher on the list is because it's my personal opinion that the fandom behind R2-D2, C-3PO, and Elsa surpass that of Donald and Daisy. But I'm also not going to put it in front of the Disney logo because, again, the Disney logo represents the brand itself and the brand responsible for Donald and Daisy. All right, so in 7th place, I put Homer and Bart. Now, for those who don't know, Homer and Bart was actually the first Golden Moments ever dropped on the app. And you flip them upside down, you're actually going to have the signature autograph of the artist behind the piece. So for those reasons, I tossed them right behind Donald and Daisy. But on top of that, the Simpsons TV series is absolutely iconic and lasted a whopping 33 seasons. Huge fan base behind the franchise, and in my opinion, certainly deserving of that number 7 spot. In 8th place, guys, I actually put Mickey's Sorcerer Hat. Now, the way I would describe this is very similar to that of the Disney D logo. Some might be wondering what the heck, but the reason I'm doing that is because just like the Disney logo is the only other NFT in the series and on the app connected to Walt Disney himself, in this case, the Sorcerer Hat is going to be the only piece within the series, not necessarily on the app, but within the series that's directly tied to Mickey Mouse himself. It's also going to mark the Mickey Mouse Fantasia short film for anyone familiar with it, which is certainly a short film that represents part of Disney's history. Now, following Mickey's Sorcerer Hat, I actually put Iron Man. For those who don't know, Iron Man back in the day in Marvel Comics was actually not really that popular of a character. However, his popularity has certainly increased through the Marvel movies with Robert Downey Jr., and similar to that of Elsa being the only Disney princess within the Golden Moment series, Iron Man is going to be the only Marvel superhero within the series. Now, speaking of superheroes, following Iron Man, I actually put the Avengers logo. I did mention how logos do historically well in the collecting space. It's going to be the only other logo aside from the Disney logo in the series. And this is also going to be a piece with a lot of notoriety. It represents more than just Iron Man, all the other superheroes within the Avengers, and any Marvel fan or Avengers fan is going to know exactly what this logo is. Now, in 11th place, I put Winnie the Pooh. Now, for those who don't know, Winnie the Pooh is actually going to be the 7th highest grossing character for Disney of all time. However, the reason I didn't put him higher on the list here is because of the uncertainty I have behind this piece. Okay, so let me elaborate. The reason I actually put Winnie the Pooh behind the Avengers logo here, which might confuse some people, is because of where I see generational interest going. What I mean by that is there are more younger individuals growing up in society today that would know more about and have more of an interest in the Avengers franchise as opposed to Winnie the Pooh. And I'm basing that just off of my own experience. Winnie the Pooh is certainly a character that, I would argue pretty much everybody watching this video has grown up with. But for the younger individuals growing up right now, it's my personal opinion that they're going to be more familiar and have more knowledge behind the Avengers brand than they will Winnie the Pooh. I'd actually be curious to know you guys' opinion in the comment section down below about this. I was sitting here for a little bit, kind of tossing them back and forth, not really knowing which one to put before the other. But that's the reason why I ended up choosing what I did. So speaking of one of Disney's original characters, moving on to 12th place, we're going to talk about Chip and Dale here. Now, these two are going to be one of Disney's OG duos. I remember going to the parks when I was a little kid taking pictures with these guys. Now, if I'm 100% honest, the reason why I put them in 12th place is because every Golden Moments after Chip and Dale that I'm going to list here, I do not see as having as much notoriety as these two. Keeping in mind these two have a long history. I think they first made their appearance to the public in 1943, so they go quite far back. Not as far as Winnie the Pooh back in 1926, but again, don't think Chip and Dale are as notable as Winnie the Pooh, and every piece following Chip and Dale that I'm going to list here I don't think is as notable as Chip and Dale. All right, now moving on, taking that 13th position is going to be Timon and Pumbaa from The Lion King. Now I'm going to start moving a little quicker here because as we get lower and lower here in the list, guys, there's going to be a little bit less to talk about, but Timon and Pumbaa is going to be the fan favorite duo from the one and only Lion King, another one of Disney's most successful movies. And for those who don't know or didn't remember, these two gained a lot of their popularity around the song Hakuna Matata. Next up, I put Aladdin's lamp. Now, the reason I put this a little higher on the list, guys, is because of two main factors. One, this was the finale drop for the Disney Golden Moments. If you happen to get this, you would have matched the edition number with the Disney logo, which provides added value to the people who got this piece on the drop. But 2, it's the only animated piece out of the entire series as well. All right, the next 2 are actually going to be part of the same set, and that's going to be Wally and the pizza truck. Now, the reason I put Wally before the pizza truck is just in terms of the 2, I think Wally has more notoriety. I actually learned of the pizza truck through the VEVE app. I didn't even know Pixar had that little Easter egg in their movies. Now I look out for it all the time. But in terms of popularity between the 2, Wally is certainly more known in my opinion. And in terms of the edition size difference between the 2, which is roughly 6,000 or 7,000, long term, I don't really see that being much of a contributing factor. The edition sizes for both of these pieces are quite scarce when we have tens of millions of people on the app. And again, they are golden moments, so this series is going to be highly sought after, especially when we know it has come to a finale. Now, after Pixar's pizza truck, I put Bart's skateboard from the Simpsons series. And then the last 3 guys, I'm just going to unveil them all at once, is going to be Lady and the Tramp, Flounder and Sebastian, and the last one, Cogsworth and Luminaire. Now, the reason I rank Lady and the Tramp before Flounder and Sebastian is because Lady and the Tramp are the main characters, whereas Flounder and Sebastian are friends to the main character, that being the Little Mermaid. I do actually think the Little Mermaid is a bigger brand than Lady and the Tramp, but that's why I ranked those 2 the way that I did. And then the last one, Cogsworth and Luminaire, that is just honestly the one I'm least familiar with here. And judging from floor prices for this piece in the past and currently, it does seem to be one of the least desired pieces out of the entire series. And that's going to conclude episode 14, guys. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to like and subscribe. We have Showroom Showdown coming up on Sunday, so if you haven't submitted your creation, make sure to do so on Instagram at VEVE Investments, a link down below. And if you guys want to support the channel but haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate it if you guys can share this content with the community. It certainly helps me a lot as a new channel. As for episode 15, make sure to tune in next week. We'll see you then.